I want to share with you how we tend to map this at an organizational level, not necessarily just at an individual level, but when we see teams or organizations that fall on this side of empathy or accountability. And the easiest way to see it, I think, and to sort of get our arms around this is to look at it as sort of like a two by two here. So we're going to look at it if you have high accountability and low empathy, for example. When we go into cultures and organizations with high accountability and low empathy, we tend to characterize them as what we call the toxic treadmill, right? It's just work, 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 get it done, get it done, get it done, right? And it becomes very toxic. And what we see on the individual level when an organization is high on accountability and low on empathy is actually there's an element of subversion, right? People aren't going to come out, they're not going to share, they're not going to tell you, but man, they're going to make sure they get their needs met by subverting processes or policies in ways that maybe aren't visible because they don't want to be held accountable to them, but they know they won't receive any empathy if they challenge an idea. So that would be high accountability, low empathy. Now, on the other side of that, we can think, oh, for the 73% of us that all fall on the more on the empathy side, right? What happens when you have an organizational culture or a team culture that is leaning towards that empathy? What you often start seeing is a very comfortable complacency. People talk about it as we're a family here. I love these people. It's so great. I'm going to stay here forever, right? We become very comfortably complacent. And what happens on the individual level that can be so toxic, so insidious, is that often you start experiencing some favoritism, right? Because I'm so empathetic to this person who's having this challenge, and that can appear like favoritism to everyone else who's seeing it, right? Like, oh, she always lets this person off the hook, right? And she's playing favorite. So you have to really watch out for that. Now, low accountability, low empathy. Oh, that's just a train wreck, right? We just end up with apathy and stagnation. Nobody wants to be there, right? Nobody's even trying at that point. So, not the great quadrant. The quadrant, of course, we want to shoot for is to say, how can we be an organization that has both high empathy and high accountability? Because what we know is that when you pair high empathy and high accountability, that's when you really get a thriving organization. And that's what we want to shoot for.